Right to attend classes, religious classes, of mixed sex, that is male and females together, or learn Quran, religious study, from a male teacher if you are a female. Classes for women and men, where they may be together, should be divided in such a way that the men are in the front and the women in the back. Such a class, it is permissible for a woman to attend. Of course, where we have an opportunity to have a class where it is all women taught by a woman, this is ideal. All men taught by a man is ideal. However, it is permissible for a group of women to be taught by a man. Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessing be upon him, set aside certain days for women in which he would give them lessons, as a group. So it is permissible for a woman to attend a class which is male and female, but not one where they're all sitting next to each other, it's all mixed up. No, but where the women sit in the back, where men sit in the front, separate. If this is the class which is available to get Islamic knowledge, is compulsory on each and every one of us. And if this is all that is available to us, then we should avail ourselves of the opportunity and to get that knowledge. A question from Fatima Naziha Rajuddin. She writes, "Dear Doctor, or dear Brother Bilal, I would like to know about receiving bank interest. For instance, I have a savings account, and the bank is paying me interest, which I don't anticipate or didn't put my money to get. So what I want to know is whether it is to use this interest money, or is it allowed to use this interest money, and if so, what do I do with this interest money? Leave it in the bank itself, or to give that interest money in charity, thanking you?" We should seek to put it in a bank, first and foremost, which is an Islamic bank, where we don't have to run into the issues of interest. But if for whatever reasons we are obliged to put it in a non-Islamic bank, then we should put it in an account, current account or whatever, which doesn't involve interest. But if we find ourselves in a circumstance where the only account we can get, for example, if we want to have a dollar account, there is interest given. You don't have any choice in the matter. There is only one account, a dollar account, which is an interest-bearing account, and we have to have this dollar account. In such an instance, then we have to keep track of what the interest is, and we don't take it. We're not allowed to take it out, to say, well, I'm going to take it and give it in charity, because once we have taken it, we have received interest. And this is prohibited in Islam. You just leave it. You take what is due to you, and that is what is permissible to you. We have a question from Muhammad Yassin in Sharjah. He writes, "Dear Dr. Bilal Phillips, Assalamu alaikum. If I was discussing divorce with someone and thought of my wife, or the thought of my wife came to mind, have I divorced my wife?" No. The fact that a thought may come to one's mind when speaking about divorce, etc., this does not constitute divorce. For divorce to come into effect, or the proceedings for divorce to begin, one has to make a clear statement to one's wife that she is divorced. I mean, in terms which are not ambiguous, but clearly, you are divorced, or I divorce you. Something which may come to your mind, you may think, in times of anger, whatever, whatever circumstance, you may think about divorce. Thinking about divorce does not constitute divorce. The second question from Muhammad Yassin, is there an animal which will appear as one of the signs of the last day? What will it be like? There is reference in the Quran to what is known as Dabbatul Ard, a beast, animal, which will speak to man. And the Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessings be upon him, told us that one of the signs of the last day would be that the animals would speak to humans. There are some hadiths which describe Dabbatul Ard, this beast which will come from the bowels of the earth, as being one which is covered in hair in such a way that you cannot determine which is the head and which is the tail. The most important thing to know is that among the signs of the last day, there are animals which will speak to us. They will communicate with us. How that is, God only knows. There are many other things that God spoke about through his prophet as signs of the last day. For example, the prophet said that one of the signs is that the sandals we wear will speak. The shoe we wear on our feet will speak. And we know today you have running shoes which have been produced, which have a electronic device in it which will give readouts telling us for if we're running, whatever, how fast we're running or how long we've been running or whatever, where we can hear it. If somebody told us in the past that there are such things as records which would speak, we would hear what it says, people would deny this and consider this to be impossible. So the fact that animals may speak is not something which we should look at as being incredulous. How could that be? No. It could be that animals may be taught, as we have human beings who have been trying to teach monkeys how to communicate, that there would come a time when they actually succeed and they're able to communicate, and that this may be the signs of the last day. Or we know that there are communications which take place between dolphins and whales, etc. And people have been listening to the sounds and trying to determine what they mean, etc., etc. That we may, at some point, master these things that are actually able to communicate with the animals. This may be the signs of the last day. We don't know. Or whether they will actually just speak in English or in German or whatever language to us. However, it may be, we are informed by the Prophet, may God's peace and blessing be upon him, that among the signs of the last day, the animals of the earth will speak to us. We have a question here from Muhammad Amri in Sharjah. He writes, Dear Doctor, it is widely noticed that many people, mostly youngsters, come dressed to the mosque with captions and pictures printed on their clothing, which distracts others in their prayers. Please explain the Islamic verdict on wearing captioned or pictured dress while in prayer. Muhammad Amri, Sharjah. The wearing of pictures, that is, pictures of human beings or animals, this is not permissible Islamically in general. So to wear it to a mosque is, of course, further prohibited. However, the wearing of captions, something which some statement, text, no picture, but just a text, though it may be distracting to others, or it catches their attention when they come in, this is permissible. But we would say it is not recommended so as to avoid distracting others in their prayers. It is something which should be avoided. However, to say prohibited, no, we cannot say that. So, in general, we would say that clothing which has images of human beings or animals on it are prohibited. That is, pictures embossed on it. That which is a part of a design woven in a print, etc., this may be permissible, where it is not a clear image but just a part of a design. Although even such things we are encouraged to avoid because of the possibility of it catching other people's attention and distracting them in prayer. And likewise, we said that captions, statements written on the clothing which may distract others should be avoided in the mosques. Outside of the mosques, such garments would be permissible. Now, with that, dear viewers, I'd like to thank you for being with us. I'd like to welcome your questions. If you'd like to write to us at Sharjah TV, P.O. Box 111, in the light of Islam, to me, Dr. Bilal Phillips. We'll gladly answer any of the questions which you raise. And with that, dear viewers, I would like to also bid you farewell, hoping that you will continue to follow the program, the episodes as they come. And we hope that whatever questions you ask will be answered in the program that you see. We do try to answer every question that we receive. Some of them may not be appropriate for airing, and because of that, as I've suggested in previous programs, that you may send also your phone number, if you'd like, in case we cannot answer it on the air, we can call you up, or your address, we can write you and send you the answer. And with that, dear viewers, I bid you all farewell with the Islamic greetings of farewell. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.